Not a coca kid, I'm the extra lighter on the dresser. I know you need it, smoking out the competition, pouring up, we undefeated. What you heard, let's hear we eatin', talking about extra with a splash, extra acting bad, pull it like parades on parades, extra with the slab, pay what it cost for the tab, extra with the band, young Crystal King better add extra on the. I go extra to be great, I go extra for the fam, I go extra for the cake, I got extras on the plate. I go extra every day, I got extras on the way. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra. How much? Extra, extra.
Well, this building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders. The ball on the tee, we're set for football, and we are underway from FedEx Field. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. Prescott looks to throw right away. That is caught by Lamb. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 17 yards on the game's opening play and a quick first down. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense for the Commanders, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level. And sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
Well, these two teams, you might remember, met earlier in the year in Arlington with the Cowboys winning that ball game. So they're looking for another win here in Washington to take the season sweep. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9.
Prescott from the gun.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Prescott now. And he'll they'll just get rid of it.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And a nice milestone reached on that last throw is here late in the season. He goes over 4,000 yards passing.
And he's really thrown the ball well all season long. Had some big games along the way. He's inspired his receiving corps to go out and make plays for him in each and every ball game.
Able to break through that initial contact and winds up getting about 3 there. It's 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Prescott to throw it. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. How about this opening drive? Play number 12 now. This is 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. Throwing, Prescott. And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. A great effort there. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here's Eckler to begin the drive. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs. Run some plays, run some clock. Allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. Now the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 8 on the keeper and a first down.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
Here we go, set.
And now they'll throw with Lance. Slings this deep from McLaurin. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin, 58 yards. And the Commanders respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Prescott. Finding Elliott for the catch on the out route. They'll give him 4 yards there. And now it's 3rd and 3.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
3rd and short yardage. Prescott. Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. From the shotgun, a give to Elliott. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And some room to work. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
They go to Elliott again. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 10th carry now for Elliott. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Looking to throw. Prescott. Throw left side complete. That's Schultz.
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Now Elliott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. So the rushing touchdowns continue to stack up, CD. That now 15 for him on the year.
And give him a ton of credit for staying healthy, being a smart runner, and it's showing just how important he's been to his team. He's got to be their MVP at this point in the season, and those votes may even turn into league MVP votes when it's all said and done.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Ready up.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Steal. Check steal. Ready.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. And a solid job using his legs. 16 yards and a first down on the keeper.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle with Eckler. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
John, 17. Mangle. Don't hit.
Eckler going to get it again on 2nd down.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. Two first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. It's Eckler again. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Now left side on the swing pass.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Ready, play. Fight, 97.
On 1st down, Lance. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
It certainly looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10. A very chilly day here, but no snow. And yeah, I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Touchdown, Washington. Marquise Goodwin, 37 yards.
And the Commanders are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Second and 7, operating from the 34.
Prescott. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Again.
21 yards. Inside give to Elliott. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Second and 8. Here's Prescott. He'll get this to Elliott. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Prescott. And this is going to be intercepted. William Jackson with a pick. And the Commanders are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line.
Partner, there's no other way you could describe it because that was absolutely just gut-wrenching for that offense. They were right on the precipice. Points were available. All they had to do was just fall forward, and they were going to put them up on the board. Instead, a long drive ends in heartbreak and a melancholy trip back to the drawing board. How you like it when I go a little bit?
And that's caught inside the 35.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
This one fielded at the 5.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
And Lance now to throw.
Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A first down there on a pickup at 25. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Running on first down, Eckler.
And he'll work down inside the 45.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
From the 44, Lance. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43.
The goal of the wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Running their plays over and over during the week can often get robotic for an offense, but on game day they can often flow smoothly, as that one just did.
They go back to the ground now with Eckler.
And he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. Austin Eckler.
A 5-yard touchdown run.
And the Commanders have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the second half. An extra point by Sly is up and good.
And the lead is now 21-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Charles, you and I said in intermission, feels like we're set up for a good second half. Well, the other side scored, and now it's up to them to answer. How do they respond here with their first drive of the second half?
Well, bottom line is they just saw the ball go in the end zone against their defense, and they saw what good offense looks like. They believe they've got a good offense as well. Run the best plays you've got to the top performers you have and try to move that ball down the field for an answering score. And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
He finds his man complete. It's Schultz. Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be second down.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
That's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. But that worked really well last week because he made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
No big surprise, Micah Parsons doing what he does so well, dropping him for a loss.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Throwing now is Lance.
On the screen, this is Eckler. It's a room to maneuver. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. They're good at running the screen. Sometimes it's probably taken for granted, though. You need a good deal of deception in there, don't you?
You certainly do. And you know what else you need? The people who aren't involved in the deception to make sure they hold their blocks and someone doesn't flash too quickly in the face of the quarterback.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal.
Ultra.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
This defense hasn't let him in yet. They'll need to stiffen here. 3rd and goal from the 2. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
It's interesting where we are in the game now. The analytics folks, they might tell you to kick the field goal and make it a 2-score game. But you have to wonder if emotionally they're thinking, let's go for the touchdown and try and slam the door.
Sly able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you've got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch. Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 17. Now Prescott. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Desperation time. Prescott on 4th. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup.
And he is going to have the Cowboys first down on a well-designed play there. That gets them 16 to move the chains.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And credit the tackle to Percy Butler.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Prescott, he finds his man complete. It's Schultz.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 45-yard line. Give them 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first. From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
Now Prescott. And that's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd. To throw is Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. And he gets this only to the 41. Not near enough for the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. And this is back down to a 7-point game.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the first quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Hey, check Mega. Ready?
The Lance going to throw.
He'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
They threw the screen to the perimeter, but to no benefit at all. Tackled behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of yardage.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back.
Yellow, go. Black, red.
To throw, it's Lance.
And that is incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, the defense got its job done, forcing the punt. Now the formula pretty simple. They need to find the end zone here. A field goal doesn't help them much.
First play of the drive going for 14 and also going for a first down. Running the jet sweep as Prescott bats it forward.
That was a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on it before he could get much out of it.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. Meanwhile, Dak's throw pulled in by Lamb. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. The give is to Elliott. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Montez Sweat with the tackle.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Now Prescott.
His throw incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
Now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
To throw, Prescott. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to...
He forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. And the Commanders have just about sewn up this football game. A 4th down, they felt compelled to go for it, and he throws the INT.
Yeah, he knows that you can't take a sack there, so he had to try and force one in. Now, this might not be a throw he makes if we're in the 2nd quarter, but he had to take the chance there, and this one wound up being intercepted.
Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them.
Let's go.
So a victory here for the Commanders.
And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception.